YouTube, wake up. It's time to listen to Ant the Trucker. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all, I wanted to tell y'all something, right? I be getting some questions about accidents and tickets. Listen, just because you get a ticket is not the end of the world. Because you get into an accident, it's not the end of the world. There are tickets that will seriously hurt you, though. If you get any kind of reckless driving, forget about it. I'm telling you that now. Reckless driving will hurt you, especially a new one. Speeding over 15 miles an hour, that may hurt you too. Well, it will hurt you. Anytime you're speeding over 15 miles an hour and get caught, it's a disregard for the law, traffic laws. Blatant disrespect towards traffic laws as far as trucking companies are concerned. You don't want to do it. My thing is, if you never speed, you'll never get a speeding ticket. If you stop at a yellow light, you'll never get a ticket for running a red light. Yeah, I know, you don't have to stop at a yellow light. You gotta slow down. You gotta show caution. But my advice is to stop. Because you eat off of your license. You take care of yourself, and if you have a family, off of your license. So you have to be more cautious than other people. You can't go back and forth with other drivers on the road. You know, people trying to get in front of you, and you want to speed up to not let them in front of you. You get into an accident, a fender bender, and you're the one that hits the person from behind. You don't want to be on that side of the accident where you hit someone from behind. Fender benders are not good. It shows that you weren't following your distance, whether you're driving your car or your truck. You don't ever want to get into a fender bender or you know, hitting someone from behind. Those things will hurt you significantly in the trucking industry. Tickets. Certain tickets will hurt you, certain tickets won't hurt you. And for the most part, when this come down to tickets, right? A lot of tickets can be, you can get a ticket and it not go on your driving record. I have plenty of tickets, and none of them touch my driving record. I haven't had plenty of tickets recently, but I'm talking about years ago. I did actually. I'm wrong. I'm lying. I had one 2015, just before I got my license, and I was scared to death. Because what happened is this. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the story. I was up in an area, and I made a turn. Where I made the turn, I'm frequent in this area. I've never seen no school anywhere around this area, and it's really hidden. The school, it's behind this real big, tall, white fence that you can't see through. And at the time of the day, I really didn't recognize the time of the day. But supposedly, there was the school flashing lights. And this was in the afternoon, after 12 o'clock. So I got pulled over by an undercover cop car. I was doing the speed limit technically. I was under 35 miles. I was going 35 miles an hour. That was the speed limit. But supposedly there were some lights flashing for the school that I'd never seen, and I'm sure I wouldn't see. And I never even drove back to check to see where these lights were. But when the cop pulled me over, he said, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "No." He said, "Because I was speeding." He said, "I was speeding." I said, "Speeding? What do you mean?" He said, "There's a school zone back there." And I turned around and said, "Where's the school?" And he said, "It's back there." So I looked. I didn't see no school. So I had to humble myself because, listen, I was just getting my CDL. I didn't have my CDL license yet. This was early 2015. I'm sorry, 16. This was this was February 2015, and I was just about to get my license. So he's like, I said, "Listen, I did not see no school zone, no signs or anything." He said, I said, "Listen, you can see." I showed him my permit. I said, "Listen, I'm about to get my CL license. I can't have any of these kind of things on my record. As you can see that I was actually doing the speed limit and stuff like that. If you can just, help me out a little bit, this and that." So he says, "All right, give me your stuff and let me see what I can do." Mind you, this is an area that is greedy for money. This is not the inner city. This is suburbs. And this is how they make their money, I guess. So I'm waiting, and then I'm like, no, he's taking too long. He's writing me that ticket. So he came back and he talked to me and he said, "Listen, I can't get out. I gotta write you the ticket. I can't not write you the ticket. But I do show up for court for you. I mean, I do show up for court when you go. So I can help you out. You haven't been disrespectful to me. You were nice. You were cool. You were nice. You didn't give me a hard time. So I can help you out, long as the judge allows it. And I said, "Okay, so you can it won't go on my record." He said, "Listen, I'll give you a good word, pretty much, but it's ultimately up to the judge." So he gave me the ticket for going 15 miles an hour over the speed limit in the school zone. So the school zone was 15 miles an hour. I was going 30. I was scared to death, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was scared. Because school zone number 1, 15 miles an hour number 2, that's not good. But I was happy because he told me that he would help me out. And I know normally that long as you pay the ticket, it won't go on your record. In Philadelphia, you cannot pay the ticket right away. If you get issued a ticket, a speeding ticket, red light, whatever it is, do not pay. You always have to show it for court. If you show it for court and then plead guilty and get on a payment plan or pay the ticket, it won't go on your record. It'll never touch your record. No one will know anything about it. All right. This place here is, this is in Bucks County. All right. You have to pay the ticket first. There's no way around it. Now, if you don't have all the money, I forget how much the ticket was initially, you can give them $25. That's called collateral or something until your court hearing. So when I showed up for court, I seen him and he pulled me out, talked to me, and said, "Don't worry, this and that. This is no big deal. You'll be fine, this and that." So I was like, "All right, cool." So When I got in, the judge was real nice to everybody. As soon as I came up, it seemed like he just like turned on me. But it was like he almost didn't want to help me, the judge. And the cop was giving me a good word. He said this and that. He said, well, I forget exactly what he said, but the judge was like, okay, he remanded it down to driving without my license. Not driving, not having a license, driving without having my license on my person. That was nothing, but it is something if you're ever driving a truck and you get caught not having your license on you. So I was actually driving my personal car, and the ticket was driving without having my license on me, and it never touched my record. Still to this day, it's not on my record. Never touched it. I asked him in the courtroom, I said, is this going to go against my record and stuff like that? He said, no, it's not going to go on my driving record. And I was satisfied with that. But you got to watch it. Every state is different. I don't know how every state operates, but I know Pennsylvania is a commonwealth. So probably every state that's commonwealth, like I think Virginia is commonwealth. So those kind of states are probably operate the same, but I'm not sure. You know, I'm no politician or police officer, so yeah. But tickets will harm you, and you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You know, I know someone that had a reckless driving, and he wound up getting hired with U.S. Express. He quit. He ain't last long there, but he had I think he had one or two. He had some pretty big thing. But I know that he told me he went to court. He was going to court and seeing if he can get him remanded or knocked down or whatever. So, but I know he had a pretty bad driving record. So what I'm trying to say is listen, your driving record can hurt you, but there are companies that'll still take you with a bad driving record. I know someone that works at a company called XTL. If you look it up, it's called XTL. They will hire you with a bad drive. I know a kid. He's young. He's probably around 20. Probably 20 something. I don't know. But his record is horrible. His driving record is horrible. Horrible. He got all kinds of shit on his driving record. And he's employed. I'm talking about bad driving record. They will take you. If you call XTL and ask for Tim, his name is Tim. I don't remember the phone number offhand. But just type up XTL trucking. It's the liquor board. Now I know their local jobs are liquor board. It's the Pennsylvania Liquor Board. But I don't know about their regional. They're home by Friday, and they're home for the full weekend. They're home Friday, and I hear they make about $1,000 a week, and they drive manual. So some of you guys that may have some trouble with your driving record or with accidents or something, look into them because I know they'll take you. Another company is called Roadtex. They're a second chance company. But I'm going to tell you this. Those guys are making out pretty good there. They're making about 1,000 plus a week. They got guaranteed 3,000 miles a week. The reason why they can guarantee 3,000 miles a week because they know where you're going. You're going from New Jersey to California and back. Back and forth. You're going to their distribution centers. And so they know how many miles you're going to run each week, and those guys are actually getting they're hitting 3,000 miles a week. Their trucks are alright. There's a lot of their trucks are red or white or black. It's a second chance company, like I said, but they're alright. You know, you stay out for 4 weeks. I think they give you some kind of bonus if you stay out for a month at a time. But some of the people that I went to school with, they went there because they have some things on their record, driving record, criminal record, and they went there, and they're still there, and some of them are happy. So you guys can look into that. It's called Road Techs. Road Techs. Let me see. What else? Yeah, but it's not the end of the world for your driving record and accidents and stuff like that. Just stay away from the hitting people from behind. That texting while you're driving and you make an accident and hit some and you hit somebody from behind, man, that's not good. Don't ever hit anyone from behind. Let me see what else. I had an interview with Cisco. Cisco is they're like a food distribution company. I think they do food distribution and stuff like that. They called me for an interview. They pay $22.50 an hour. It's hard work. It's like Pepsi. Is work. I'm sorry. It's not exactly like Pepsi because Pepsi has the bay doors. Cisco has the rear doors, but it's still you're pushing product into the stores. But yeah, they pay $22.50 an hour. If they qualify you as a student, they pay you $21.50 an hour. But you move up. You do move up in pay. They work about 50 to 60 hours a week, which is time and a half. That time and a half is like $30-something an hour. Yeah, so I am interested in that. I'll see. I haven't started the one company I told you guys about yet. I had to wait for my drug test to come back. I think that should have came back probably Friday. But I'm leaving my options open. So we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna if I start the one company I told you guys about, I'm not gonna start there and then if Cisco says they hired me, and I'm not gonna say okay I'm quitting, I'm going here. I'm not gonna do that. The only place I will do that is if there is a bus operation place in my area. It's called SEPTA. If SEPTA does take me, I will quit and work there. Just for my own personal reasons and for longevity of this career, that place will allow me to retire there. Gives you a pension, things like that. Has a lot of benefits for working for them. I'm not sure if they're going to take me or not, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting now. So there's some options for me, and there's also options for a lot of you that are looking for local. There's local in your area. Some of you guys are from Jersey. You have a CDL license. You can go drive a train, operate a train, work for the New Jersey Transit. A bunch of different things that you can do with this driver license. With this CDL license. Excuse me. Don't limit yourself to over the road. Do not limit yourself to over the road, because over the road will give you experience, but over the road is not going to give you city experience. All right. I don't know why a lot of the companies want you to drive over the road first or have a certain amount of experience over the road before you drive city. City is city. It's different. All right. It's different no matter what. All right. I don't get that, but driving in the city is way different than driving over the road for me personally. Yeah. So that's really all I had to say.